This video is my third video in a series that I'm working on, which is basically going through all the main documents for the civil suit which exists between the Robertson and Rodney family and Ryan Upchurch. So if you've missed the first two videos, I will link them down below. Now, in terms of watching them in order, there's no reason why you can't watch this video and then go back and watch the previous ones, because I have actually continued this from a logical point. This video starts to look at the actual timeline, talking about Kiely Rodni's disappearance, when Ryan came on board and started covering her case and all that kind of thing. So the previous stuff is more about a list of the allegations that have been brought against Ryan Upchurch by the Robertson and Rodney family. So I'm going to do the same as what I did in the previous video and group some of the points together when Ryan's reactions are pretty much the same. So we have point 1 here. Kiely Rodni disappears on August 6, 2022. Point 29. Plaintiffs incorporate all of the above paragraphs. Point 30. Kiely Rodni disappeared on August 6, 2022. Her disappearance became international news. So basically point 29, for those people who may be uncertain of what that is saying, they're basically saying everything that was previously mentioned in their document relating to Kiely's disappearance comes under this banner. So rather than repeating themselves, they're just saying the things that we've previously said also fit under this banner. So Ryan's response to points 29 and 30. Oh, well, the title first. Mr. Upchurch is without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the allegations contained in paragraph 1, which are therefore denied. So he's saying he doesn't know exactly when Kiely disappeared, and that is fair enough. For point 29, Mr. Upchurch incorporates his responses contained in the preceding paragraphs. So he's saying everything that he said before still stands. So for point 30, he said he's without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the allegations contained in the first sentence of paragraph 30, which are therefore denied. So that's saying that he doesn't know when Kiely went missing. Then the second part of it is Mr. Upchurch admits the allegations contained in the last sentence of paragraph 30 of the first amended complaint, which is him acknowledging that her disappearance was international news. Now looking at point 31. On August 7th, a family friend of Kiely's mother, Lindsay Neiman, created a GoFundMe page titled Support for the Family of Kiely Rodni. I actually have an issue with this, because in terms of that title, and I do have evidence of this, we know that the title of the GoFundMe was changed on around the 15th of August, and that originally it was quite clear that the GoFundMe was specifically created for the purpose of increasing the reward money. So I question whether the title did say support for the family of Kiely Rodni, and I will do a video on the GoFundMe separately after I finish going through all these documents. So I'm not going to dig into it deeper there, because like I said in the first video that I made on this, I really want to try and be neutral in looking at these documents, but at the same time I have to question if this is actually correct when I look at point 31. So the response from Ryan is, Mr. Upchurch is without knowledge or information to form a belief as to the allegations contained in paragraph 31 concerning the date and creator of the GoFundMe account or the creator's relationship to Ms. Neiman, which are therefore denied. So he's saying he doesn't know the exact date that the GoFundMe was created, nor does he know who the creator was or their relationship to Lindsay. So he can't have any comment on that. He then says that he admits that he became aware that a GoFundMe account was set up titled Support for the Family of Kiely Rodni. Like I said, I've got issues with this, and I think that were he to check, he would probably find that that was not the original title of the GoFundMe. So perhaps he should have said here that he was aware that a GoFundMe was set up, but he was not aware of the title. 32 is just a standard line. The plaintiffs, David Robertson and Daniel Rodni, are members of the family of Kiely Rodni. And the standard Upchurch response is that he is without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to those allegations, which are therefore denied. So he's basically saying, well, prove that you actually are family of Kiely Rodni. So of course all these things where he says that he's without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief are things that, should this go to trial, it is then incumbent upon the plaintiffs to prove these things. So the next heading, so point 2, Upchurch posts his first video about Kiely Rodni on August 13, 2022, and soon accuses fellow YouTubers of involvement in Kiely's death. Ryan's response, Mr. Upchurch admits that he posted his first video about Kiely Rodni August 13th. Mr. Upchurch denies the remaining allegations contained in paragraph 11 of the first amended complaint. So he's saying he never said that other creators were responsible for Kiely's death. So now they start breaking down that point 2, which starts with 33, Ryan Upchurch began posting about Kiely Rodni on YouTube on August 13th. We've already seen his response for that. 34, at this time the whereabouts of Kiely Rodni were unknown. Okay, so like I said, 33 is a given. 34, Mr. Upchurch is without knowledge, blah blah blah, as to the allegations contained, which are therefore denied. Ms. Rodni's whereabouts were unknown to Mr. Upchurch, and there was a search underway for her. Okay, so now we're starting to really get into the nuts and bolts of it. Point 35. In these videos, Upchurch offered outlandish theories of the truth of what happened to Kiely Rodni. And the response? He denies allegations, yada yada, and then he admits he provided opinions during the course of an active investigation and thereafter. And let's be honest, he was one of many people who provided opinions, and many of us are still doing that today. And now we start to encounter Ronnie. So point 36. Upchurch initially theorised that a person named Ronnie, who was a caller to a YouTube show hosted by YouTuber Iked Mel, was a red herring and a made-up character. And Ryan says here that he admits the allegations contained in paragraph 36, and he also admits the allegations from paragraph 37, which we'll look at next. Okay, so 37 is, in a comment reply to this video, Red Flag Ronnie number 2, a YouTube user posted, "Dude, be careful, you're gonna get sued for slander, for real." Upchurch replied to this user, "They can slander these nuts, lol." Screenshot below. So that's the screenshot that they've provided, which is exactly what they said. Now, my question is, I'm just a little bit confused as to how this has any effect on Daniel Rodney or David Robertson. Because, to be honest, so many people said that what this Red Flag Ronnie guy was saying wasn't adding up, and people were questioning if he was a plant, if either he was someone who just wanted the attention, or if he was someone who was doing it to get views for Icked Mel, or if he had connections to someone who was involved with Kiely Rodni's disappearance and was creating a false narrative. So, like I said, I'm still confused, and if someone can comment and let me know their thoughts as to how this has an impact on this case. So it looks like we're still going down the Icked Mel path right now. So point 38, in a video posted on August 20, 2022, Upchurch falsely claimed that various other YouTube true crime would-be sleuths, including YouTube personalities Xaname X and Icked Mel, were responsible for or somehow involved in the death of Kiely Rodni. And for Ryan, Mr. Upchurch denies the allegations. 39. In the video titled "Exactly What I, think happened to Kiely Rodni," #Kiely Rodni, Upchurch suggested that Xaname X and Icked Mel were responsible for the disappearance of Kiely Rodni, stating, "If you look at the timeline of Kiely being there, Ronnie's seeing that her, Xaname X, having a video of the party, isn't it possible that they took her, which is why no kid's seen this? And if that is what happened, that would explain why Icked Mel, is acting crazy and being like, 'Look everyone, Ronnie's real.'" Emphasis added. Mr. Upchurch denies the allegations contained in paragraph 39, yada yada, that he suggested Xaname and Icked Mel were responsible for the disappearance. Mr. Upchurch admits he uploaded a video that contains the quote in paragraph 39. I think a lot of this comes down to interpretation when you look at this paragraph. I would like to share my interpretation, but probably not in this video. Maybe after I've gone through this whole document, I will go back over a few things in this video, such as the GoFundMe, and talk about my personal interpretations. But in terms of trying to just share this document, I'm a little bit reluctant to share my own personal opinions while I'm going through the document. But I'll let people look at this for themselves and make up their mind in terms of interpreting this paragraph, and feel free to leave your comments below. we're entitled to our opinions. I'm just trying to be a little bit diplomatic, maybe. Okay, looking at point 40, and I need to be careful with my language because of YouTube. The same day, August 20th, 2022, Upchurch uploaded a different video, this time wildly speculating that Ichid Mel was a ST code word, talking about traffic. The response to this being, Mr. Upchurch admits he uploaded the video, and caption at paragraph 40, footnote. But the second point in number 40, Mr. Upchurch denies the allegation contained in paragraph 40 of the complaint that the video's content stated Ichid Mel was a ST code word. So he's essentially saying, yeah, he did upload a particular video that they named in the footnote for number 40, but that he did not make those allegations against Ichid Mel. Now this is a bit of a slippery slope here, because when you look at the footnote here, it says that the video was titled Ichid Mel is a ST code word. So, and it's got the link for the video there if anyone wanted to copy it and go and have a look for themselves. Point 41. Both Ichid Mel and Zaname were subjected to online harassment by self-admitted followers of Ryan Upchurch. And the standard Upchurch response, Mr. Upchurch is without knowledge and therefore allegations are denied. Point 42. Upchurch thus has a pattern of publishing reckless, false views and subjecting the target of those views to online harassment, cyberbullying, threats and intimidation perpetrated by self-admitted followers of Upchurch, also known as Creek Squad members. Now, my question here is, for this, they would surely need to prove that Upchurch has encouraged these things? Or are they just saying that because he's put these things up, these people that follow him have then gone after people that were the target of the videos? Mr. Upchurch denies allegations contained in the complaint. And I think it is going to come down to having to prove, surely, that those Creek Squad members are acting on his behalf. I'm not sure. I guess the argument could be made that they were acting as a consequence of his videos, and I think that's what they're saying there. I'm not sure if we'll get through the entirety of section 3 in this video, but let's push on. So section 3, Kiely Rodni's body is discovered on August 21st, 2022. We don't need to look at Ryan's response for that. Point 43 is the same thing. Kiely Rodni's body was discovered on August 21st, 2022. And Ryan takes the stance of he's without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief, so it is therefore denied. Which is basically saying that, you know, he's seen that the car was discovered, but how can he know for certain that that was Kiely's body? And 44 is just continuing with facts. That day, authorities publicly confirmed that the body was more than likely Kiely Rodni and that an autopsy had been ordered to confirm the identity. That actually was the day after, but I guess close enough, accept that this is a legal document, so it should be accurate. We know that the press meeting was the 22nd, and we know that that is when they came forward and publicly said that they believed that the body was more than likely Kiely. So there is public documentation that shows that this confirmation was the day after, not the day of. And look, while it doesn't have a huge bearing, I think, on the case, Ryan has said that he admits the allegations contained in the complaint, which, like I said, are not actually factually correct. Point 45. Upchurch became aware on August 21st, 2022 that Kiely Rodni's body had been recovered by the amateur dive team known as Adventures with Purpose, AWP. And Ryan's response. Upchurch admits the allegation that he became aware of the announcement that AWP reportedly recovered Kiely Rodni's body. Mr. Upchurch is without knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the remaining allegations in paragraph 45, which are therefore denied. Essentially, he's saying he doesn't know who the AWP actually are. He's saying he doesn't know that they are an amateur dive team. Technically, this point is also incorrect because it's saying that they recovered Kiely's body, and we know that is not the case. They discovered the location, but it was actually law enforcement that did the recovery. Normally, I'm pretty certain this wouldn't matter, but given that this is a legal document, surely these things should actually be correct. Point 46. In fact, Upchurch's discovery that Kiely Rodni's body had been found can be viewed in real time as he was participating in a YouTube live when AWP posted to Facebook that they had recovered Kiely Rodni's body. Before looking at Ryan's response, these are the footnotes for those 2 points if anyone wanted to copy them and go and have a look at them for themselves. And then we have Ryan's response. Mr. Upchurch admits the allegations that he was participating in a YouTube live when AWP posted to Facebook, but he denies the remaining allegations in paragraph 46. So I think that is saying that he denies having any visible reaction to the discovery of Kiely's remains. Looking at it again, it's the first part where it says that his discovery that Kiely Rodni's body had been found can be viewed in real time. So he's saying that that is not correct. 47. In this video, Upchurch purported to offer a prayer for Kiely and Kiely's family. May we pray for Kiely, Kiely's family, Kiely's friends, and I want to say that nobody should really be doing anything about this now. There really shouldn't be anything put anywhere that's going to make her mum even more devastated than she's already going to be. Emphasis added, so they've made those letters in bold to emphasise what he said there. And the response, he admits those allegations. He says that he was on a live stream with others and was asked to lead a prayer. So point 48, that is, Upchurch accepted on August 21st that Kiely Rodni was real. So his response there is that he denies this, and he also has the same response for the following point. So let's look at that one. 49. Upchurch accepted on August 21st that Kiely had died. So he was saying he does not agree to that. And certainly you can't state that him leading that prayer that he was asked to do shows that he did actually accept any of that. Point 50. Upchurch understood as of August 21st that further online posting, anything put anywhere, relating to Kiely Rodni could traumatise Kiely's family. Ryan's response denies the allegations, as he does for the second point, or the subsequent point. And look, here's the thing. Look at how many people were posting after Kiely was found. So it's an interesting point to them, for them to bring up, and to be levelling it directly at Ryan. Okay, we're 25 minutes in, and as much as I would like to continue, and as much as I realise other people would like me to continue, I think this is a good length. This is a good spot to stop at. So I'll stop here, and I will continue with this tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button, and leave me your comments below. What are your thoughts on what we've looked at in this particular video? Give a fuck about me, 'cause if you stop to